Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to ADHD at Redline. Today we're going to just discuss with you, basic tools that you require for working on a motorcycle. These are the tools that you will need to do very basic maintenance, and actually, to be honest with you, with a lot of this, you could probably strip most of an engine down. There'd only be a handful of more tools you'd need, like valve spring compressors, but we're not going to get into that. Right, a set of spanners, a comprehensive set of spanners from 8mm to 19mm, okay? And that is literally up in millimetre increments. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The ones you will use most of all on Japanese vehicles is the 8mm, the 10mm, the 12mm, because the Japanese don't like the number 13 because it's dirty, and I agree with them, 14mm, 17mm, and occasionally you'll get a 19mm. This set here is from Halfords. It's about 70 quid. If you get a trade card, it's even cheaper, guaranteed for life. This is a really good set of spanners for £70. When you think if you break this spanner, you take it in and go, "This is broken, sir." And they go, "There you go, sir. There is a new spanner." No quibble, no argument. They will replace it. And they do that in all of their advanced or expert range, whatever they want to call it. Really great set of spanners. You must have a set of spanners like this. Then we have our Premier Hex Key set. Our Hex Key set, the Premier Hex Key set, has our Imperial for working on our old money bikes, our metric, and our Torx bits. This set here is a fantastic set. Cost me about 35 quid. I use it every single day. Every single day. Fantastic kit. Now, the next things that I'm going to lead you on to, I'm showing you my expensive ones because I have got some cheap ones of these, but the sets are missing bits. And this is a set of deep reach sockets. Now, this set here is a snap-on set of flank drive extras. These are by far the best sockets I've ever owned, but I use them every day, and these cost more, to put this into perspective, than the full set that you get from Halfords in the little plastic case that has your 1/2 inch, your 1/4 inch, your 3/8 drive, your spanners, your sockets, your screwdrivers in it. That's how expensive this was. But because I use it every day and they've got a very specialist internal system called a flank drive extra, which the snap-on man will tell you, they don't round bolts off. I've never ever slipped off a bolt with one of these, and rounded off bolts I tend to get out with these. So I have these because I use them every day. But you will need some sort of deep socket set. Now these are what we call 3/8 drive. This is the one that I use the most. With the 3/8 drive deep set, you will need a shallow set, a standard set of sockets. And again, these are the snap-on flank drive extras. These are 1/4 inch. So these are the smaller ones, okay? Again, I've got the flank drive extras because they don't round stuff off. These go all the way down, I don't have my glasses on, to 4mm. I've never used that. I've never used that socket in my life. 4mm all the way up to 15. You'll need a shallow set as well. You can buy a shallow set of 1/4 inches or 3/8. I don't recommend using 1/2 inch for everything. People who use 1/2 inch sockets will break stuff quite a lot. Now, some of you might be going, well, what's 1/2 inch, what's 3/8 drive? This is 1/2 inch, this is heavy duty. This is Halfords Advance again, okay? That's what you do all your difficult nuts and bolts with, okay? This is what you'll use 90% of the time, your 3/8 drive ratchet. Again, you don't have to buy an expensive one. Halfords Advance, again, really good, not a lot of money. One of my favourite sockets ever. Listen. Oh no, listen. Listen to how quiet it is. That there is a 1/4 inch, so the small one. So this set works with this, like that. Okay. For my delicate stuff, this one works with this set. Someone out there is going to have a hissy fit because I'm going to make a Mac Tools with a snap-on socket. Okay. That's the stuff I use 90% of the time. And this one works with this set here, which I talk about later on in the video, because this is re-recorded because I ballsed the last video up like a bell end. But this fits with this set here, like this for your heavy duty stuff. That there covers a hell of a lot of the stuff you're actually going to need to work on a vehicle. The other stuff that you're going to require is a set of screwdrivers. And you can get heavily into a set of screwdrivers. You can have short screwdrivers, long screwdrivers, stubby screwdrivers, different types of heads. Now, my advice is if you're working on motorcycles, just buy the Vessel JIS, Japanese Industry Standard screwdrivers. They will undo posi drives and Phillips, whereas Phillips and posi drives won't undo Japanese industry standards. Any of us that work on motorcycles know, and actually Japanese cars, will come across a JIS screw and it will be mangled to bits because someone out there has used a Phillips or posi driver not knowing the difference. I think these are 25 or 35 quid off of Amazon, and I use them for everything. They are my favourite screwdrivers, and more than anything, they are also impact. So if I've got something that's too tight, I can take my hammer and I can twist it out. And you'll need flathead screwdrivers. I very rarely have to use flathead screwdrivers on most of the vehicles I work on, but you'll still need them. This flathead screwdriver is the one that I use the most of, mainly because I've lost all my orange snap-on ones. You will require a hammer, and bigger is not always better. I have a copper and rawhide hammer. It's quite small because I don't need to be beating stuff to death, okay? And then you will require a handful of pliers. You will require a pair of long nose pliers. Try and get a decent set that have got a good grip on the end because you'll be gripping stuff away. So gripping stuff away, what a bell engine. You'll be gripping stuff far down from you and you want to be able to get a good squeeze on it. You will require a pair of pliers here. You can see I've ground this down to fit something. A pair of ordinary pliers for gripping stuff. A pair of plumber's pliers, again, for gripping stuff, because that's what pliers do. And you will require a pair of side cutters. These are flush cut for wires, but you'll get heavy duty one for cutting split pins and stuff. This kit here, and one more thing, you will require the service manual to your vehicle. Buy the service manual to your vehicle. It has all of the information you require to fix, service and repair your motorcycle. More importantly, it will have your torque settings, it will have your resistance settings for different electrical components. It will have how much charge rate you should be getting. It will tell you what coolant to use, what oil to use, what brake fluid to use, what your tyre pressures are, what your chain tension should be. This is the most valuable thing that you can buy in your toolkit. We have a phrase in the industry, RTFM, stands for read the fucking manual. Get yourself a manual for your vehicle. I have a manual for the vehicle I'm working on right now, or one that's very close to it. With this toolkit here, from your manual all the way up to your socket sets, spanners and pliers, you will be able to do the majority of the maintenance on your motorcycle. Don't be afraid of working on your bike. If you're worried about breaking things, it happens. Us as technicians break stuff all the time. Okay, it's just the nature of engineering and mechanics. The differences between a good mechanic and a bad mechanic is the bad mechanic doesn't know how to repair the mistakes. The good mechanic knows how to repair the mistakes. And you can learn how to repair the mistakes that you make on your own vehicles, the same as I have and every other vehicle technician has in the world. It takes time, understanding of engineering, and a little bit of thought, and you can do most of the things that we do and save yourself thousands of pounds. Thank you very much for watching ADHD at Redline. I'm now out. It's home time for me. I'm going to go and ride my bike. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next episode.